All right, fourth grade, here is a little bit of extra. Let me see if I can switch. There we go. One of my hanging lights was reflecting, so I'm trying to get that out of the way. I had to unscrew one here so it wouldn't reflect. Anyway, all right, you guys should be experts at this by now. Hopefully you've watched the other two videos, or at least the one that's reviewed for you guys. You remember this from last year when we played the line and space game, right? So the bottom line is E, then we go to F, G, A, B, and I skipped C and D in there. I just jumped up to the high E space, and we've got F. Now, I can't remember, I think we've probably talked about this a little bit last year, but I want to keep going up higher. And so, but we've ran out of lines, so what we can do, so we've got space, line, what's the next one going to be? It's going to be a space. Now, that's going to set on top of the top line. We're not going to have, but there's no line going across it. Remember, if it's a space that sets between two lines, well, there's no top line here. So if we're going and continuing in the pattern, we would have space, line, right? So what we have to do, we have to make an extra line. And the fancy word for that in music is ledger. Everybody say ledger line. Ledger line. There we go. And so we have the extra line, and we can put a note on that, and there we go. And what is that going to be? Let's figure this out. So it's alphabetical order, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. That extra one up there is G. What's after G? Not H. There's no H in music. We reset to A. Go back to the beginning. All right, so we've got that ledger line there. Now, I'm going to come up here, and I'll put, so we've got F. Tell me as I do it. F, G, A, or so F, G. And I ran out of room, but I can fit it in up there. If I put a note on top of that, so we've got F, G, A, B. And now I'm going to put a C right here because I ran out of room going up here. And also thank you very much to Miss Ginther for letting me borrow this. So we've got F, G, let's start with A. A, those, lines are those called? The extra lines we put in? Ledger lines. And then we've got a B. And then if we want to make another ledger line, it'll be a C. All right? So A, B, C. All right, now, there are notes below this. So we have we're going line, space, and this is going to be just under it. Remember, like we did up here, this one sets on that top line, and it's a space line. Remember, we can draw a ledger line there. Oh, now it's between two spaces. So we've got a D underneath here, and some of you might think, I was just thinking this, well, why don't we make stabs with, like, so we have 5 lines? Well, let's make another line. Let's make another line down here. Once you get beyond 5 or so, it's hard to identify them. Like, if you just look in there, and the idea is to read this quickly. So it's just easier for your brain just to process small information. And I don't remember, hopefully we did this last year. I've got to erase some stuff here. Oh, well, it's going to be kind of rough anyway. But I don't know if you remember, we had just a 3-line staff. In the fish bowls, I don't know if we did the goldfish game where you got to eat the gold, but we just only had 3 lines in that, so it's really easy to focus on just 3 lines. So that's why there's only 5 on the real staff. All right, I might be talking way too much here. So anyway, what letter is before E? Pause it and think about it if you need to, because I'm going to tell you right now. What's before E? It is D. And if we want to put another note, see, we want line, space, we need another line. What's the fancy word for an extra line in music? Ledger line. There we go. And it is what? A C. And if we wanted to make, I'll come up here. We've got the C there. We've got a D there and an E there. E, D, C. If we want to make a note below that, like that, what letter comes before C? B. And I'm going to erase some of this because we need another line there. That extra ledger line is A. All right? So that's just some information for you guys. Again, I dropped my marker lid, so I'm going to have to go get that. But first, we could probably play a little game here and give you some things to work on in this video. You can fast forward if you want, because I don't have really much anything to say. I'm learning a mandolin solo. That's what's right there. It's a mandolin. Maybe I'll get it out at the end of the video and see. Or maybe I'll make a special video just for that. Okie doke. We are going to do some extra lines here. I'll start with the bottom lines. What are those extra lines called? Ledger lines. There we go. All right. Tell me, it's falling down a little bit. Tell me what, let me get this other cap over here. I'm going to use a different marker. All right. Bottom line. You should know that. That should be super easy for you guys right now. Bottom line is always E. Top line is always F. Now we have the extra line added, or the extra space below the bottom line on the carpet, the one in the back, and there's a reflection of the light bulb. It is D. Now the line, or the space that sits on top of the staff is G. That's really probably hard to see for you guys. I'll see if I can make it better. But it's G. You should be able to hear me, right? And then we come down here, and what's the extra line called? Ledger line. Got a C right there. Then we have the ledger line up here. A. The way that I remember these extra notes, Dollar General. And CA, I don't know what you want to come up with that, but whoever can come up with something for CA, like Dollar General, comment below with your answer. All right, so those are those. I'll erase them, and we'll practice one more with the other ones. Do some reviewing for you guys. All right, are you ready? Here we go. Let's see, right there. Okie doke. Now you can pause between, because I'm going to kind of go quick through this. So we've got F, D. Remember the Dollar General? So that note that sits on top of the staff is a high G. All right, then what's above that high G? What letter? There's no H, so what do we reset to? A. Space number 1, 2, 3 is C. Bottom first ledger line, remember, F, E, D, C. Top space, the high one without that extra line up top, is a G. And here, second line is a G. So we've got a high C and a low C, a high G and a low G. And this is the extra ledger line up here. Now some people might think that it's C, but it's not, because it's on top. It's A. All right, that's all for that lesson. So rewind it as much as you need to practice it. Get some paper. You can Google blank staff paper, and it'll pop up. Or you could probably Google music note names or staff note names, and you can find some games like that. Again, I'll put some games here below for you guys. So anyway, study up. All right, see ya.